What's cooking, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So one day one of my friends sent me this picture on Instagram saying that I have got to add this to the list of recipes that I want to make for this channel, and I could not turn down that idea because this coconut cheesecake brownie recipe is so easy to make, but it also combines three of my favorite flavors. Coconut, cheesecake, and of course chocolate is one of my favorite things in this world. Now this is not my original recipe. This recipe is from Sally's Baking Addiction, which is a baking blog, and she shares some really easy, simple baking recipes that you have got to try, and this recipe is definitely one of them. You're going to absolutely love it. So stay tuned for this recipe for coconut cheesecake brownies. Do consider subscribing if you're new here and you'd like to join the foodie family. And now let's get baking. First thing first, as always, guys, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And while the oven preheats, I'm going to grease a 9-inch by 9-inch baking pan. You can use the spray oil as well, but I'm going to use some vegetable oil and brush it on. You can also use parchment paper for better non-stick, but my pan is already very non-stick, so oil is fine for me. Set this aside for now. And now let's first make the cheesecake batter, and in a medium bowl, I'm going to add one 8-ounce pack of cream cheese that's at room temperature. It's very important to have it at room temperature, guys. And to this, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter also. Having these 2 ingredients at room temperature will just make the mixing process very easy for you. And then with a stand mixer or hand mixer, you want to beat this together for at least 2 minutes until it's nice and creamy and incorporated well. Once it's mixed together, add in 1 egg at room temperature again, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and also 1 teaspoon of really good coconut extract to give a more concentrated coconut flavor in the cheesecake batter. I also have half a cup of granulated sugar that I'm adding in there. And then beat this up again till all those ingredients are combined really well together and have a smooth, creamy consistency. So you want to beat this for at least like 30 seconds or so. Then I'm gonna add the last ingredient for the cheesecake batter, which is sweetened shredded coconut flakes, to add another level of coconut flavor, but also a texture that will be unbeatable. And one last time with your mixer, just combine the coconut flakes into the batter. And this batter will be nice and creamy when you're done mixing it. And then you can set this aside for now at room temperature. You don't want to put this in the fridge because the cream cheese and butter will harden again. And now for the brownie batter, in a large bowl here, I have 1 stick or half a cup of room temperature butter, which I will be melting in the microwave for like 30 seconds or so. And you can also melt it on your stovetop, but make sure to cool it down before adding the other ingredients. The melted butter is what will make this brownie batter really fudgy. Once the butter is melted, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. Some melted coconut oil would also be good in this batter. I'm also adding 3/4 cup of granulated sugar in there. The actual recipe calls for 1 cup, but you can add how much you need for your sweet preference. And then I'm just combining all 3 of those ingredients till they are combined well. I was just using my hand mixer, but you can just use a whisk as well, which I did switch over to in the next footage. Then let's add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to the butter, oil and sugar mixture. I also have 2 eggs at room temperature that, as always, I will be breaking in a separate bowl 1 by 1 and then adding it into the big bowl just in case the eggs are defected or something is wrong with them. And guys, always be mindful of cleanliness in your food. And then I switched over to a whisk. As you can see, I'm gonna mix the eggs and vanilla extract really well until they are all combined. Now to this mixture, add half a cup of all-purpose flour that I've already sifted, salt to offset some of that sugar, just a pinch or a quarter teaspoon, and then unsweetened cocoa powder. You can use any brand of your choice. This is just what I had, but the Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli brand has a nice rich flavor, so that's a good alternative to use. And then gently mix the cocoa powder in there with the other ingredients. This is a great dessert to make with your kids in the kitchen. It's going to be so fun to make with them. They'll have a lot of fun mixing, breaking the eggs, etc., etc. But just make sure there's adult supervision at all times. And this batter will be thick, as you can see, after everything is mixed well. And that's fine, guys. Once the batter is mixed well, you want to add 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You want to fold this in with a spoon or spatula till well combined. And once these melt in the oven, you already know the brownies will be super fudgy and chocolatey. And now the brownie batter is all done. Let's put the 2 batters in the prepared greased pan. Look at that beautiful chocolatey brownie batter. I'm just going to randomly place it in the pan, and there's a reason for that, so just keep watching. Then you want to take that creamy cheesecake batter with the coconut flakes and take spoonfuls of it to place in the pan randomly again, and just repeat the process until both of the batters are done. This doesn't need to have any rhyme or reason because both batters will combine together anyway when they bake. And then with a chopstick, or you can use the back of a spoon as well, you want to swirl the 2 batters together, giving it a marble cake effect. And then let's put this in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes depending on your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And after 40 minutes, let's check if this is done by inserting a skewer or toothpick. And once it comes out clean, you know it's done. It looks so beautiful with that swirly design on top. And you can take this out of the oven and let it cool in the pan for about 10 minutes or so. Once it's a little cool, I'm going to cut it into squares. You can cut it however big or small you want, or whatever shape you want. And then I just want to show you the inside of one of them because it just looks so fantastic. Look at that gooey chocolatiness, if that's even a word, of that brownie with the coconut cheesecake interior. I did a taste test off camera and I cannot tell you how delicious these are. You have got to try them too. You will not be disappointed. And here are the coconut cheesecake brownies using Sally's Baking Addictions recipe. It's so simple to make, guys, with 2 separate batters that become one in the oven so beautifully, combining the creamy coconut cheesecake flavors and the classic fudgy brownie consistency. Try it out too and let me know in the comments below, do you prefer the edge piece of the brownie or the center piece? I am more of a centerpiece kind of gal because of the extra gooiness in the center. These were so good, guys. You have got to try them out. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed Sally's Baking Addiction recipe for coconut cheesecake brownies and me recreating the recipe for you guys. It's such a simple recipe with 2 main components, the coconut cheesecake batter and then the classic fudgy, chocolatey, gooey brownie. It's such a great recipe, guys. I can't tell you enough how good it tasted. If you are a fan of cheesecake like me, and then if you also like chocolate like me, then you're going to absolutely love this recipe. So I really do hope that you try it out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Until then, take care of yourselves.